You are not needed by a man if he does this. In this video, we will talk about how a man behaves in a relationship when the partner next to him is not actually needed. Today we will talk about the actions of a man clearly signaling to us he does not value the woman by his side. And the first indicator is that he ignores your needs and your feelings. He doesn't care about how your day went. He is indifferent to what you were going through. Perhaps you came home from work in tears, something happened to you, and he didn't even ask because he's not interested. If he does not support you in situations and has no wish to support you, it indicates that he is not the right person for you. He only thinks about himself, and a man, when he truly meets his woman, begins to think about her feelings, emotions, and thoughts. He starts to put himself in her shoes because he is afraid of losing her and wants her to be happy. He wants to share his love. However, a man who, for example, is only trying to take or use something in a relationship will not consider whether the woman next to him feels good, comfortable, or happy, or whether her eyes are shining. He doesn't need any of this. He wants, for example, to only take. In such a relationship, he will not invest at all. The first sign that a woman is not needed by a man is that he is not willing to do anything for her and does not engage in her life at all. Furthermore, the second sign is that he is not invested in you. For example, he came home late from work and you realize that he is telling you nonsense, he is not being completely honest, he is not sharing with you, and he does not think it is necessary to tell you anything. And when, for example, certain situations occur, you realize that he is lying to you right now. Why is the moment of honesty in a relationship so important? Because it is the foundation of happy relationships. In relationships where there is no trust, there are essentially no relationships at all. It is impossible to build a house without a foundation. Honesty and respect, trust, these are the foundations of strong relationships. But if you understand and feel that he is deceiving you, you will not be able to build a happy relationship, and perhaps it is convenient for the man to be close to you in paradise when he needs to, getting what he wants, receiving in relationships, and living comfortably. Moving on, he does not respect your boundaries. For example, criticizing your appearance or clothing. He may tell you to dress differently. Your friends, for example, are not good and you shouldn't associate with them. He may be jealous. He doesn't care about your opinion, for example. This means that any of your boundaries will be violated, and this indicates that he is not the kind of man who will value you and make you happy. Furthermore, there is humiliation and insult. If a man humiliates you, may insult you in public, if you feel oppressed in this relationship, if you feel bad and you realize that you are not receiving anything good in return, only some criticism directed at you, dissatisfaction, and certain demands, this indicates that the man does not value the woman who is by his side. Most often, a man who behaves this way is simply using the woman who is with him. Next, flirting with other women. What does this moment indicate? When a man flirts with other women in front of his partner, he clearly shows her that he does not consider her to be his only partner. In other words, he may still be choosing and has not made up his mind, and he is openly demonstrating this to you. Here, once again, it is necessary for a woman, if you realize that you are entering into a relationship where the man behaves this way, to have an honest conversation with the man and then an honest conversation with herself. Are you ready for such a relationship? Are you ready for the fact that a man gets what he needs from you and gives nothing in return? At that moment, the woman does not feel valued. She does not feel loved. She understands that for this man, she can easily be replaced by another woman, that he is willing to flirt and communicate with others, and is ready to show attention. So only an honest conversation with yourself and with the man will give you an understanding of the picture that is happening in your relationships. Say, he does not appreciate you and what you do. That is, perhaps you are doing a lot for the relationship. Perhaps you are doing a lot in general. For example, your place is clean and tidy, you have cooked a lot of food, you ran to work and earned enough for your whole family. He might not even be working yet. For example, I am using a metaphor to make it clearer. He doesn't do anything at all, while you are so wonderful and beautiful, making an effort both at home and at work, essentially providing for everything. And he is still dissatisfied and devalues you, saying that you earned too little, cooked poorly, the food was tasteless, the house is not clean enough. He finds everything lacking. Pay attention to a man who takes from you and still feels he hasn't had enough. This indicates that you are simply being used. and the man does not actually love you. He is just taking advantage of the benefits that you provide. And he is absolutely fine with everything now until he meets his woman, and then he will behave completely differently. Next, he makes you feel unhappy. If you realize that you are increasingly feeling negative emotions in the relationship, then consider whether this relationship is right for you. The partner who is with him, the woman, should still experience other emotions. She should become happier and more self-confident. She should not feel, for example, lonely in the relationship. But often in relationships where a man takes advantage of a woman, the woman feels lonely. She realizes that she is alone, and this feeling is actually very true. If women listened to their feelings and paid attention to themselves, they would understand more about their relationships. But often women like to embellish things for themselves, believe in their own fantasies, a better future, and turn a blind eye to many things. If you feel like you are not in a relationship while being in one, your feelings are speaking to you in their true language. They are telling you the truth that there is no man beside you, just, for example, a consumer. That's all I have regarding this video. It was me, Alice Vardomska. I hope for your likes and subscriptions. Write in the comments what you would like to discuss in my new videos. Bye, everyone.